In a letter to bishops, the Vatican asks them to make sure the bread and wine used at Mass is valid, which means it must be made of wheat. It could be a problem for those who have gluten allergies. Joining us now is Archbishop Arthur Roche, Secretary of the Congregation for Divine Worship and the Discipline of the Sacraments at the Vatican. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
The guidelines sent out by the Vatican aren't new. They are just reminding everyone about the rules around the Eucharist. Is that right? Why did the Vatican release this letter now?
It's bringing together all those norms that exist, all those guidelines that are there in order to be helpful, in order to put them into one singular document that is useful for bishops and for dioceses to refer to.
How do priests ensure that the bread and wine used are valid?
Well, that's one of the points of the letter, that it's for the bishops to ensure that the suppliers, those who make both the bread and the wine, know exactly what they're doing and what the norms for the liturgical celebration of the Eucharist are.
Why are these rules important? Does it really matter to our Lord what's in the bread and wine that is used?
For the validity of the Mass, you need true bread and you need true wine, and you need a priest in order to consecrate those elements. So those are the essential things that govern the validity of the Mass, and it's very important that we know what the substances are that we're using when we celebrate Mass.
Grocery stores are full of gluten-free options, but one of the points in this letter is that gluten-free hosts are not valid.
Yes, gluten-free means that there's no wheat, and in order for the bread to be consecrated, it has to be wheat. And therefore, the only valid matter would be gluten low, which means that the vast majority of the gluten has actually been squeezed out through a water process. It is possible to do, it's relatively easy to do, but gluten-free normally means that the bread that you're eating is either made of potato or soya, which isn't wheat.
What can people do who are allergic to gluten?
Well, they can receive communion directly from the chalice, in other words, the species of wine, and take directly from the chalice, which has not been contaminated through the commingling of a host with the precious blood.
Thank you for joining us, Archbishop Arthur Roche, Secretary of the Congregation for Divine Worship and the Discipline of Sacraments at the Vatican.
You're very welcome. Have a good day.